So, today we are going to talk about controlling your mind. It is the most important thing you can do, and I am so excited that you are starting this transformational journey with me. I am so happy that you decided to join me, and I cannot wait for you to learn the power that you have in your own mind. I think people don't realize how much power they have to control their thoughts. I know I didn't. I know I used to feel like all these thoughts that ran through my head were out of my control. And these feelings I would experience because of these thoughts, I felt like they were out of my control. I felt like there was something wrong with me. I just couldn't control these negative thoughts and feelings I was having. But then I learned that I could control it. And one of the biggest teachers of this is Louise Hay. So if you've never heard of Louise Hay, she is an incredible teacher. She also has her own publishing company called Hay House. So a lot of Hay House's authors are my sort of mentors, I guess you could say. They're the people that I've learned a lot from, besides my own yoga teacher who taught me a lot, Maria. She taught me a lot about this, but throughout my life I've been studying the teachings of many of the Hay House authors, such as Louise Hay, Wayne Dyer, and many others. Abraham is a spiritual teacher also. So Louise Hay completely transformed her own life with affirmations, and she teaches other people how to do that. And so in honor of her, I want to share with you the power of affirmations. What is an affirmation? Basically, an affirmation is anything you say to yourself or in general. Anything you're saying is affirming something. So an affirmation can be positive or it can be negative. You can say something positive about yourself, like, I am a great person, everybody loves me. Or you can say something horrible about yourself, like, oh, I'm so stupid. How many times do you think you've said that to yourself? And so what we need to do every single day and every moment of our lives is be vigilant about the thoughts that we are thinking and the things that we are saying to ourselves. And a lot of times you have these sayings that you repeat to yourself and you don't even know where they're coming from. They may be things that your parents used to say that you heard a lot. They may be things you've gotten from our society or our culture. And a lot of times they're not very good. And so if you're having trouble, if you're experiencing a lot of sadness, depression, anxiety, fear, anger, any kind of negative emotions, you probably have got some negative affirmations going on inside your head that you're saying to yourself. And you probably don't even realize that you're doing it or how much you're doing it. So the first thing you need to do is to spend a day very carefully watching what you're thinking and what you're saying to yourself. Now, some people may say, oh, thoughts, like what is a thought? You know, I'm not doing anything, I'm not saying anything, even if you're just thinking something. Guess what? Your thoughts are very, very powerful. So this whole journey that I'm taking you on is about learning how to raise up your vibration and to be connected to your true self, which is in line with the spirit of everything good, which is part of the divine love of the universe. So if you think about energy, we're all made of energy. All of us are connected. We're all made of the same energy that created the stars. We are all part of that divine energy. So whether you believe in God or the Big Bang or whatever creative force you believe in, it was energy that spread out and created us. If you believe in science, energy can't be created or destroyed. You came from somewhere. You have a spirit. You're not just skin and bones, right? You have a spirit. That is your energy. Your energy came from somewhere. Guess it came from a beautiful, creative source. That source is love. God is love. So you are love. So Does it make any sense for you to be beating yourself up and thinking bad things about yourself or feeling sad or angry all the time? No. What makes sense is for you to tap in through affirmations and through the different practices that we're going to be learning. Meditation, yoga, different spiritual practices, where you're going to learn how to raise up your vibration and get it back in line with where you belong, which is with God, with love, with everything that is beautiful and good in this world. And so the first step is realizing the false things that you are saying to yourself. These things are not real. They are not true. If it makes you feel bad, it is not real. It is not what you should be saying to yourself. If it makes you feel good, if it makes you feel better, that's the direction you want to go in. So the first step, like I said, is to start really paying attention to what it is that you're thinking. Because those thoughts are vibrations and they are energy. Just like I was saying, we are energy, everything is energy. Those thoughts you're thinking are energy. So if you've got low energy thoughts going on, that is what you're going to radiate out, and that is what you're going to experience in your daily life. You're going to experience negative things and negative people and negative situations because you're radiating out these negative thought waves. But if you can start to shift your thoughts to thoughts of love, you will start to see miraculous changes in your life. I can't tell you how different my life is now that I've started this practice than it was before I started it. Years ago, I suffered from depression and anxiety very much. I used to have to take medication for it. I used to feel completely out of control. But at this point in my life, I'm 36 years old. I have a husband that I'm very happy and in love with. I have a home here in the beautiful woods of New Jersey that I purchased myself. I have a baby on the way. I have so many friends I can't even count that are kind, wonderful, supportive people. I have a loving family. I have a network around me of like-minded people who want to help me on my journey to help others. And this is all possible because I learned that I actually can control my mind, and my mind can control my complete reality. My whole life is within my control. Everything I want, I can have, and so can you. But you have to be able to change the way you think and the things you say to yourself. So the way we do that is with positive affirmations. So every time you start to think something bad, you need to notice it, let it go, and then shift that thought to a positive and replace it with a positive affirmation. So included in your package that I'm sending you a list of affirmations that I have written to help you. You can write your own. You can do research on Louise Hay. She has a lot of wonderful affirmations as well. And like I said, you can use mine. You can make up your own, whatever you want to do. But you can pick out the affirmations that you need. And then what I want you to do is make sure you're constantly using them throughout the day, every day, for the rest of our time together. And you're going to use those to replace anything negative that you're saying for yourself. So, for example, if a common thing you say is, I'm so out of shape. Okay, so maybe you're trying to get in better shape and I'm so out of shape. Instead of beating yourself up about it, you could say, I love my body and I take good care of it. And so what you're learning is how to shift the negative to a positive. Because no matter what the thought is, there's something positive you can do about it, and there's a positive way you can look at the situation. There really is no bad in life. Anything that we even think is bad is actually just something that we either need to change or learn from. And it's usually an opportunity to grow or to find compassion. So it's going to be a little tricky at first, but I really want you to start learning how to do these positive affirmations. You can Do them in the mirror is a great way to do it. Mirror work is very powerful, and that's another thing Louise Hay has taught about. If you look in the mirror and say these things, positive things to yourself, it's very important. Look in the mirror and say, I love you to yourself every day. We need to love ourselves. We need to talk to ourselves like we are our own best friend. Sometimes I'm guilty of it too. I'm not perfect. I still have to work on my affirmations every day. Sometimes I'll beat myself up when I feel like I'm not doing things as well as I should be doing, and I get down on myself and I get frustrated, and my husband will say to me, "Don't you talk about my wife that way," when I start to beat myself up. And that's what I want you to think. Whenever you start to beat yourself up, say, "Don't talk about my best friend that way," because you should be your own best friend, right? You're with you for the rest of your life. You're the one who's going to take care of you. You're the one who has the power to control that mind of yours and create whatever kind of reality you want for yourself. So don't you beat yourself up. Love yourself. Don't talk to yourself in a way that would hurt you. Think of yourself as someone separate from yourself for a moment. Look at yourself as if you are your own best friend. Or you are an innocent child that you love, or anyone that you love. Look at yourself as someone that you love and think to yourself, would I say that to somebody that I love if it's something you're saying that's negative? If it's not something you would say to someone you love, you got to stop saying it to yourself. And you have to start changing those things that you're saying. So I know it's going to be tricky at first, but I promise you, it becomes a habit. When you start to learn how to really observe your thoughts and how to change them, it becomes a habit after a while, and you start to be a happier person. I want you to choose the happy thought. So whenever you have a choice, you start to feel an unhappy thought, you're going to say to yourself, I am going to choose a happier thought. Choose happiness, choose joy, choose love. That is what God and the universe wants for you. It wants you to be happy. I promise you. You are meant to be happy. So whatever thoughts you're thinking, pick the happy thought. There's always a silver lining. There's always a way to spin things in your mind, to see the good in the world, to go to a place of love, to choose love over fear. Those are the two basic emotions in life, love and fear. So whenever you're feeling something that's fearfully based, you got to say, I choose love. I choose happiness. I choose to be joyful. I choose to be kind to myself. So that is your assignment for today and for the rest of your days. If you can practice this for the rest of your life, I promise you, you will see miraculous changes, just as Louise Hay did in her life, just as I've seen in my life, just as all the spiritual teachers that I've studied have found. You will be amazed at what can happen when you start to realize the power you have over your own mind. Step back. Your thoughts are not you. I want you to step back and look at them like you're seeing them on a movie screen, that you're separate from them, and watch them. And if we don't like them, we're going to change them. I promise you, you can do it. So I'm including affirmations that you can use. And like I said, you can use mine. You can find them in other sources. You can make up your own. But practice your positive affirmations every day. And be vigilant about controlling those thoughts. You have control over your mind. And your mind controls your reality. You can do it. Good luck. Namaste.